Hi, my name is Stephanie from Swiss Education Consulting, and I have the great pleasure today to interview two young men who arrived in Switzerland just, I think, under 2 years ago, Jalen and Max. And maybe you want to start by telling me just your names, how old you are, and when did you arrive here, and which grades did you start attending? So, Jalen, can I start with you?
Yeah. Hi, my name is Jalen. I'm 14 years old, and we moved to Switzerland 2 years ago in February.
Okay, right.
Hi, I'm Max. I'm 11 years old, and of course I did because we're brothers. So we moved from America to Switzerland in February 2 years ago.
Yeah, and obviously with no German whatsoever. So you then started by attending what is called the German integration class. That's an intensive German class. It's really quite different even in Zurich. In some districts or in some areas of Zurich, children are directly in the mainstream class. In others, they go to separate class. So it can really, really vary depending on where you live. But I think in your case, you were in a separate class. Is that right? In a separate German integration class. Okay, right. Yeah, so can you tell me maybe a bit more about how this Aufnahmeklasse, this German integration class works? So is it full days? How long are the days? How many kids and different grades together? Probably is everyone a total beginner, or are some kids there for longer? Just a bit sort of to get an idea. If I talk to someone who's arriving and who would love to know what this whole integration class is about, could you maybe just describe a bit a typical day and yeah, what does it look like? You want to start, Jalen?
Okay. Well, our class, at first, when I first came, it was around 10, 11 kids.
Yeah.
And over time, 2 new kids came and quite a few other kids graduated. So when I left, the class only had 7 kids left.
Okay, right. And yeah, and in your case, how big was the class, Max?
It was very small. I think it was 8. So then just 8 children, and by the time I left, we the whole class moved and all this stuff to this different area. So I think by the time I left, it was only 5 or 4 children in the class.
Okay, right. And so, yeah, can you just maybe describe a typical day, Jalen, or a typical week in the Aufnahmeklasse?
So I feel like during the Aufnahmeklasse, it was very flexible. The teachers, I think they had a schedule of all the different subjects and how long they had to do it, but they could choose when to do it. Okay. So we didn't have to always follow the same exact schedule every week. Sometimes we would, if we felt like it, we would do German at some times and then math afterwards.
Yeah. Okay, interesting. So you did do math. So you didn't do German all day. You did do all the subjects in German, or?
Yeah, I think for the most part we did German, but we also had math, French, and English. And in French and English, we started in English with the 3rd grade books because that's the introductory. That's when Swiss kids start learning English. And then the 5th grade book for French, because that's when they start learning French.
Yeah.
And then I actually had even more time to learn German because my English is already perfect. So that helps me.
And is the communication is the teacher, so is it really quite strict in terms of do you only get to speak German, or is it because you obviously arrived with 0 German? So how's communication going? Max, can you say something about that, or?
Well, obviously the teacher's gonna only speak in German because it's not gonna focus only speaking in Italian, because then other people will also be left out and confused. So it's obviously just in German to make everybody listen to German. and like the rules are still quite strict, even though there's quite a like Eritrean and they are speaking Arabic, but like they aren't too strict. But in their class, they make it so you speak German, like when you like raise your hand and answer a question.
Okay, yeah. And so, what subjects did you study in your class? So, how would a typical day look in your class, Max?
Like basically, it's like basically the structure is you have like German, like math, because they don't want a child to just be German. Then when they go into real class, they don't know any math.
Yeah.
They will have like 1 hour of English per week, and like I was in the like lower like kindergarten to like 4th grade part of the alphabet class, so we didn't have French yet. Okay. Also, we wanted some like entertainment, obviously, so we have like gym class, crafts, and then swimming, and I think that's all.
Yeah. Okay. And so, did you ever join other classes, or was it pretty much all the activities in your integration in your German Aufnahmeklasse?
We always stuck together in the same class, so like it's not like you had a bunch of different groups and you have to know those people. Just like the small like class.
Yeah. Okay. And what about you, Jalen? Did you join other classes for anything, or was it just
In my class, we actually had 2 teachers. They would take turns. So like for example, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, one teacher would come, and then Tuesday and Thursday, the other teacher.
Okay.
And also, we actually moved one time. So we were at one location, and then we had to move to another one. And the second location, that's actually my school right now, Relocating.
Okay.
So we were actually in a side of Relocating that we never go to. Like since going to normal school, I haven't been to that area really.
Yeah.
And there we were kind of like isolated from the other kids. During break, we would go up, but then the other kids would just ignore us, and we would ignore them.
Okay. Yeah.
So you
were like,
this was
sorry.
And I thought it was really fun because in gym class, we could basically vote ourselves what we wanted to do because we didn't have like certain things we had to do. And there were so few of us, we could just vote and everyone would have their chance to play something they wanted to play.
Oh, that's not bad. That's pretty cool. Excellent. So